There is a single rule in the game of power that supersedes all others. It is a rule that governs every negotiation, every relationship, every job interview, and every conflict you will ever face. It is a rule that is as absolute as gravity, yet 99% of people ignore it because they are ruled by their fear. The rule is this: the person who is most ready to walk away controls the entire relationship. Look at your life right now. Look at the situations where you feel powerless. Look at the boss who treats you like dirt but pays you just enough to survive. Look at the partner who disrespects you but knows you will never leave. Look at the friends who mock you because they know you are terrified of being alone. Why did they have the power? Are they smarter than you? No. Are they stronger than you? No. They have the power because they know you are afraid to walk away. They know you are addicted to the crumbs they throw you. They know that you have negotiated your own value down to zero because you are desperate to keep the deal alive. You are begging. You might not be on your knees, you might not be crying, but energetically, you are begging. And in the dark reality of human psychology, nobody respects a beggar. People despise what is easily available. People abuse what they do not fear losing. Today, we are going to teach you the most terrifying and effective skill in dark psychology. It is not a technique you use with words. It is a technique you use with your absence. We are going to teach you how to regain your sovereignty. We are going to teach you the art of walking away. Because the moment you are willing to burn the bridge, the moment you are willing to turn your back and walk into the unknown without looking back, that is the moment you become the most dangerous person in the room. That is the moment the dynamic shifts. That is the moment they start chasing you. Let's dissect the psychology of why this works. The human brain is wired for many things, but its strongest drive is not the pursuit of gain, it is the avoidance of loss. In psychology, this is called loss aversion. The pain of losing $100 is psychologically twice as powerful as the joy of finding $100. We are terrified of losing what we have, even if what we have is garbage. When you stay in a bad situation, trying to fix it, trying to communicate, trying to make it work, you are signaling to the other person that they have nothing to lose. You are a guaranteed asset. You are a piece of furniture in their life. You are always there. And because you are always there, your value hits rock bottom. This is the law of scarcity. Water is free because it is everywhere. Diamonds are expensive because they are rare. When you are always available, always forgiving, and always present, you are water. You are a utility. You are useful, but you are not respected. Walking away triggers a primal panic in the other person's brain. It triggers the scarcity instinct. Suddenly, the asset, you, is gone. The furniture has walked out the door. The guarantee is void. Their brain shifts from complacency to panic. They suddenly realize your value, not because of what you did, but because of what you represent, a loss. But walking away is not just a tactic to manipulate others. It is the only way to save yourself. Most people fall into the trap of the sunk cost fallacy. This is the single biggest reason why people waste their lives. The sunk cost fallacy tells you, I have already invested 5 years in this relationship. I can't leave now. I have worked at this company for 10 years. I can't quit now. This is a lie your brain tells you to keep you safe. The time you spent is gone. It is dead. It is ash. You cannot get it back. The only thing you have is the future. If you stay in a toxic situation because of the time you already wasted, you are not saving the investment. You are simply throwing more time into the fire. You are compounding your loss. Walking away is the act of cutting the infection before it kills the host. Let's apply this to the 3 main battlefields of life: business, love, and respect. First, business and negotiation. Have you ever walked into a car dealership? Who gets the best price? Is it the guy who falls in love with the car, who touches the leather, who imagines himself driving it, who tells the salesman, I really need this car? No, that guy gets slaughtered. The salesman smells his desperation like a shark smells blood. The salesman knows this guy will pay anything because he is emotionally attached.
The person who gets the best price is the person who looks at the car with indifference. It's the person who says, it's okay, but the price is too high. And when the salesman says, I can't go lower, this person simply stands up, shakes his hand, and walks towards the door. Watch the salesman's face. Watch the panic. Wait, let me talk to my manager. Why? Because the power just left the room. In your career, you will never be paid what you are worth. You will only be paid what you have the leverage to negotiate, and you have zero leverage if you cannot quit. If your boss knows you have a mortgage, 3 kids, and no savings, and that you are terrified of the job market, he owns you. He can talk to you however he wants. He can deny your raise. Why? Because where are you going to go? But if you have a walk-away fund, if you have savings, if you have skills, if you have a side hustle, and you walk into that office knowing you can quit today and be fine, your energy changes. You don't have to be rude, you just have to be fearless. I need a 20% raise or I will have to look for opportunities elsewhere. If you say this and you mean it, they will feel it. They will feel the reality of the threat. And suddenly, the budget for your raise will magically appear. Power belongs to those who do not need it. Second, love and relationships. This is where the pain is deepest. This is where the law of least interest, Waller's principle, governs everything. The law states the person who is least interested in continuing the relationship holds all the power. If you are constantly texting, constantly asking, "What are we?" constantly trying to please them, constantly apologizing for things you didn't do, you are suffocating the attraction. You are projecting insecurity. You are telling them, "I need you more than you need me." In the wild, prey runs away and predators chase. By chasing them, you are forcing them to run. It is instinct. Walking away in a relationship doesn't always mean a breakup. Sometimes it means walking away from the drama. It means walking away from the argument. If someone disrespects you and you stay and argue, you are validating their disrespect. You are saying, "Your opinion of me matters enough for me to fight you." But if they disrespect you and you simply go silent, withdraw your attention and engage in your own life, that silence is deafening. It forces them to sit in the void they created. It forces them to wonder, did I go too far? Did I lose him? And if the relationship is truly toxic, if there is abuse, manipulation, or constant unhappiness, then walking away is not a negotiation tactic. It is an act of survival. You must understand that you cannot love someone into respecting you. You cannot fix someone by staying. By staying, you are enabling their behavior. You are teaching them that they can hurt you and you will stay. You are training them to abuse you. The only way to break the cycle is to remove their access to you. When you leave, you take your light, your energy, and your support with you. They will try to claw you back. They will promise change. They will cry, but you must be like a stone. You must realize that their panic is not love. It is the fear of losing control over their victim. Third, respect and social dynamics. There is a concept called the boundary. A boundary is meaningless without a consequence. If you say, "Don't speak to me like that," and they do it again and you do nothing, you do not have a boundary. You have a suggestion, and nobody respects a suggestion. The consequence of violating a boundary is the removal of your presence. If you speak to me like that, this conversation is over. And then, and this is the hard part, you actually hang up the phone. You actually leave the dinner table. You actually walk out of the room. It is awkward. It is uncomfortable. Your heart will race. You will feel like you are being mean. But watch what happens. The next time they speak to you, the tone will be different. Why? Because you have demonstrated that access to you is a privilege, not a right. You have demonstrated that you value your own dignity more than you value their company. So why is this so hard? Why do we stay in dead-end jobs, dead-end relationships, and dead-end friendships? Because of the fear of the void. We are terrified of the empty space. We think, if I leave this bad relationship, I will be alone forever. If I quit this bad job, I will be homeless. Our brains catastrophize. We prefer the devil we know to the devil we don't know. We prefer familiar suffering to unfamiliar freedom.
But you must reframe the void.
The void is not empty space. The void is potential. A cup that is full of poison cannot be filled with wine. You have to pour out the poison first. You have to endure the moment where the cup is empty. That moment is scary, but it is the only way to make room for something better. Every time you walk away from something that is beneath you, you create a vacuum. The universe abhors a vacuum. Something new will rush in to fill it, but it cannot enter until you clear the space. You are blocking your own blessings by holding on to your curses. Now, let's talk about the execution. How do you walk away? There is a wrong way and a right way. The wrong way is the dramatic exit. Screaming, crying, sending 10-paragraph texts, posting vague quotes on social media, threatening to leave but not actually leaving. This is not walking away. This is a cry for attention. This is a negotiation. When you make a scene, you are still feeding them energy. You are showing them that they still control your emotions. Even your hatred is a form of attachment. The right way is the ghost protocol. True power is silent. You don't announce you're leaving, you just leave. You don't threaten to quit, you just hand in the resignation. You don't write a breakup letter, you just pack your bags while they're at work and disappear. Silence creates mystery. Mystery creates fear. When you argue, they know what you are thinking. They can counter-argue. They can manipulate your words. But you cannot manipulate silence. When you disappear without a word, you leave them with nothing but their own thoughts. They will obsess over it. Why did he leave? What is he doing? Did he find someone else? Was I not good enough? You win the war by refusing to fight the battle. But be warned, the moment you decide to walk away, the resistance will appear. This is the extinction burst. In psychology, when you stop reinforcing a behavior, it gets worse before it gets better. When you stop arguing and start packing, they will escalate. They will get angrier. Then they will get sadder. They will try everything: guilt, anger, seduction, threats to get you back in the box. They are testing your resolve. They want to see if you are bluffing. Most people fold here. They see the other person cry, and they think, oh, they really do care, and they stay. And 2 weeks later, the abuse starts again. You must expect the extinction burst. You must look at it coldly. Ah, there it is, the reaction I expected, and you keep walking. You need to build a life that you don't need to escape from, but you also need to build a character that is capable of escaping anything. This requires self-sufficiency. Machiavelli said a prince should rely on his own arms, not the arms of others. If you rely on your partner for your happiness, you cannot walk away. If you rely on your boss for your self-worth, you cannot walk away. If you rely on your friends for your identity, you cannot walk away. You must build a fortress inside yourself. You must cultivate your own garden. You must be able to sit in an empty room, alone, and feel complete. When you need nothing from them, you can have everything with them, because then, and only then, is the relationship a choice, not a dependency. Imagine yourself as a high-stakes poker player. You are sitting at the table of life. You have chips in front of you, your time, your energy, your love, your talent. The other players, your boss, your partner, society, are trying to bluff you. They are trying to take your chips for cheap. They are pushing you around because they think you are glued to the chair. Now, imagine standing up. Imagine picking up your chips. Imagine looking them in the eye, giving a slight smile, and turning toward the exit. Feel the shift in the room. Feel the power return to your veins. You are not losing the game.
You are realizing that the game was rigged and you are choosing to play a different one. Walking away is not giving up, it is moving on. It is the ultimate declaration of self-respect. It says, I value myself too much to stay here. There is a whole world outside that door. There are people who will respect you. There are opportunities that will value you. There is a version of you that is happier, stronger, and freer than you can possibly imagine. But you will never meet that version of you if you stay in this room. The door is open. The chains are only in your mind. Stand up, turn around, and walk. Trust no one who benefits from your stagnation. Fear nothing that lies in the unknown. Build the empire of you.